Hi everyone, this is Jens from BlockRock Mining. Today I'll be talking about how to create your server identity. You will need this if you're going to host your authority node on the testnet or on the mainnet. So if you followed my previous guide, you now have a system which can interact with the Factom blockchain and the Factom daemon. So I'll just continue from last time. This is now the computer. It's running the Factom daemon. To be able to generate your IDs, you need to run this program called server identity. It has some usage guide here, but not so much about how to build the tool itself. So I've found the testnet ID generation guide here. So it needs some tools. So I'll just start by installing git golang go and the golang glide. Should be enough. I've also prepared I'm using WinSCP, and I have a thumb drive. As you can see right here, it's a thumb drive called FCT, and I'll be placing the binaries here, and then using the thumb drive will be booting a live Ubuntu desktop session, and will generate the keys from there. I'll just pretend this is my offline computer, which we'll be using. The reason you need to be offline for this, if you have any keyloggers or screen capture viruses, or anyway, there could be traces of these keys, and if you lose these keys, you lose your server, and you will probably also lose your status as ANO. Okay, so I'll just use the try set for a live session here. Okay, let's go back to my server. It has generated the IDs. Now we need to add these paths to your profile. So just go nano.profile and type export path, go path. Export path, and then existing path, and then go path / bin. Should work. Okay. Probably an easier way to do this. Yeah, it's right here. So I'll just clone the repository, go there, cd server, and then we'll do glide install. Now if I refresh here, yeah, we now have a folder called Go. We will be needing the files later on. Okay, it's built, and now we can go install. Go install. CD sign with, and go install here. Okay, so right now in this go bin file folder we have two files. These are the ones we will need to create our server identity. I'll copy them here. Okay, it's now downloaded onto my USB key. So I can close this. For now, we're done here. We'll go back to the Ubuntu Live, and I'll connect my USB stick to it. Okay. So one other thing that you will need is entry credits. You need entry credits when you're going to store information in the blockchain, and storing your server identity is essentially storing things in the blockchain. So what I will do, for the mainnet you will have to acquire some entry credits. I'll just do it. I have a wallet here, enterprise wallet. It's connected to a testnet node. So what I can do here is I can just create an entry credit address and call it demo. Here we go. So this is the public key. And we'll need to fund it with some entry credits, and we will need the private key on the in order to run it on the offline computer as well. So I'll copy it here, and on the testnet you can just go to the faucet here, click here, and paste your entry credit address. Okay, so it should be funded now, and if we see, wow, lightning fast, I have credits now. Now I can just go to and display this private key, and this is what I will need to generate the ID. For the mainnet, this really should be written on a piece of paper, or where there's no digital trace of this key. And ideally you would also create this on an offline computer, and etc. But we'll do the testnet way for now. So on here I'll just open a terminal, and go to, I'll copy these to my home folder. Now go to my home folder. Try to run the command again. And now you have some private keys. These you will need later on. So what I recommend you do is to actually write these down on a piece of paper on the offline computer. You really don't want to have any trace of these keys anywhere online or on your everyday computer or otherwise. What you have here is a root chain, a management chain, etc. And we've created some files called important.conf and important.sh. Now if you look at the important.conf file, you will see this will be placed inside your factomd.conf file for this particular node. And in the important.sh file, it's the data that will be written to the blockchain, basically. So these two new files we'll copy onto the USB stick, and since we won't be using this identity, I'll just copy the secret keys in a text file here as well. You should never do this. Just use a text editor. Go. Paste it and save it on the stick. Call it keys. Very obvious. Okay. So now the memory stick has these files, and you'll have to transfer these back to the server we were working on earlier. So again with the oops. So I'll just shut down this machine. I think, yep. Power it off. Okay, so now I'll just have to run the WinSCP again and connect here. And here are my important and conf and sh file. I'll copy them back, place them in the home folder here instead. Okay, so now they should be right here. Yep. So make it executable. Sh. We'll check the contents of the sh file. Okay. So this server is running a mainnet node. I will add the server to my testnet node. It's placed here. Just to make sure this isn't written on the attempted on the mainnet. It shouldn't matter anyway because the entry credit wallet is not funded. So we'll just test this. Okay, the next step is to load the wallet. I'll have to reload the session. Okay, I'll go with Factom CLI S. Import address. There we go. Yeah, and now we can run this. Yes, we can. So you need to do this process for all of your authority nodes. Each authority node needs a separate chain ID. So I guess that's it for now. I hope this helps. Thank you guys.